Hello there, first years. Here is your second assignment then. As you can see, it's scheduled, ready to go live in your Google Classroom in your blended learning session at about 12:30 it will be on Friday. Here is the brief itself. So, documentation is what you need to be doing. You have, of course, between now and the 17th of November, 2 weeks in total to work in your team to gather criteria for your 90 credit diploma. Unit 1, this will be guessing criteria for outcome 2. So outcome 1 was the pre-production requirements assignment. Thank you all for submitting in good time. Meeting deadlines matters enormously to me, so well done for being professional enough to work towards that professional deadline for me. I am, of course, your assessor. You can click on this at any point and message me on Hangouts if you need help with anything in particular. I'm available here to help you, okay? Now, when you open up the assignment, put your name in here for me so you acknowledge that you've read the brief and you've signed it. It's an overview. Your band stroke artist needs to be able to see the developments of your music video. So it's down to you now to prove to myself, your tutor, your band artist, and Orcs Media. Now, Orcs Media are run by Mr. Simon Orcs here. Fantastic independent production company working in music video and advertising primarily. He's gone from grassroots to being traveling to Dubai in recent weeks to working on big freelance contracts for both independent and corporate clients. Fantastic hustle, drive, ambition, and productivity from Simon. He's going to be overseeing this project, and the best work will be sent to him, his consideration for people to be offered work experience and potentially to work on his upcoming film projects as well. Interesting dude. Anyway, Simon is having a look at the best work that I put forward for his consideration. You need to prove to myself and Simon that you are working independently to produce your music video. You need to work individually to create at least 5 examples of documentation, because when you work in industry, you need to show you've considered things such as a script, a call sheet, a recce of an environment, risk assessments, location, studio plans. As you can see here in the documents, I've turned it into what's called a hyperdoc, which basically means that you can click within the actual assignment brief and it will give you links to other useful sources of information. Now, what I've done here is I've actually linked you to copies of the templates you will need for each of the individual bits of work. So if I click on shooting scripts here and select create a copy, you'll see it gives me a template of a script to use. If I'm working on a recce, I click on this here and it gives me an opportunity to make a copy of my document that I've made for you, the template that is that I've used in industry, and to actually use this and fill it in accordingly. Now, when you're looking through, you'll see that some of them are templates, some of them are video examples. So for the flip charts vlog discussion, you'll be following Simon and Edgar's example here as to how to use a flip chart to talk through an idea in diagram, sketch, text manner. That way you can actually articulate and share your idea from its very bare bones beginnings through to it being more and more developed. So have a look at this really interesting creative way of showing an idea. And as you can see, I've done one for Hot Fuzz as well, as Shaun of the Dead there. Really interesting. Storyboard, I'm a sucker for pencil ones myself. If you want to do a digital one, or if you want a template for a storyboard, you'll see, just click on storyboard and the template will come up for you. So either print out or to actually sketch within it. It's up to you entirely how you do it. You need to pick 5 each. So if there's only 1 of you in the group, just do 5 of these. If there's 3 of you in the group, then do 5 each. If there are 2 of you in the group, 5 each. If for any reason that doesn't work, please let me know and I'll be happy to sort of make something work to ensure that you all have at least 5 examples. I'll stress the word at least there. Now, once you've done your 5 examples, you need to upload your evidence into Google Classroom. You know how this works now. You did it ever so well for Unit 1, LO1, the pre-production requirements assignment. Upload your work to Classroom once you have done the work. Now, there's links to social media to help you throughout this. I've also linked my last 5 now music video projects that I've worked on. I made a blog for each to demonstrate and role model to my students how to actually evidence progress, do documentation when working in industry. So one of Kelly, this was about 6 years ago now. Some behind the scenes photographs, some examples of my planning, my documentation, some useful tips and advice, and exemplars to use there. So have a little look at that. Bed Tales, I did one for this band, Brighter Place, which I think I've shown you in class. Again, some examples here, behind the scenes, images, reflections, and documentation examples that may be useful. Yeah, that's right, I used to wear white jeans, get over it. Some examples here as to how to use documentation professionally when you're working for a client. Did another one for Red Tails for their track setting song. Again, examples, photographs, behind the scenes evidence, and some tips and advice as to how to fill out the documentation, and some other bits as well that might be of use to you. A band called Clock did a music video for them about a year ago. Again, exemplars here about storyboarding, sketching, documentation, which could be quite useful for you in your projects. And most recently, or last week, example of a storyboard there. I like to do sketched out storyboards myself. You might be like me, or I like doing it digital, whatever suits you. I'll do a lesson on storyboarding soon anyway. Bloom, their track Brothers. I did a music video for them recently, and some examples of some documentation, not as much as the others though. So there you go. You've got some examples there, documentation. My website, of course, is available to help you as well. Your employer overseeing this project is Orcs Media, who will be looking at the best work and taking it on students for work experience if he feels they're ready. So your assignment is going to be uploaded to Classroom. Feedback will be in this space here, either a podcast, vlog, or written feedback from me, and your grade will be here as well. I'm grading it pass, merit, or distinction. As you can see here, pass will be using the templates I've given, outline information, very general, very non-committal, not that specific. Merits will be competent, carefully presented, and some more detail will be within it. It will be relatively specific, and you will only need some occasional assistance from me to keep you from wasting your time in lessons. Distinction level, this will be comprehensive, very detailed, 5 pieces at least, really thoughtful, going beyond the templates and actually adding in your own elements, being a bit more independent and creative and driving towards industry standards. This is the big one, working independently to professional expectations, seeking out professional examples and striving to be as good as they are in industry. So there we are then. That is your assignment brief. You have 2 weeks starting now. Use the templates, contact me if you need to on Hangouts. If you need a one-to-one with me for more assistance, you need to book me out using Google Calendars or to message me on Hangouts. As you can see, I get quite busy, so I need you to book in half-hour, hour sessions with me for one-to-ones if you need it. All right? Good luck.